Good morning, and welcome back to Story Time with Joe. This week is Holy Week. That's the time when we remember all the events in Jesus' life that lead up to Easter. We remember the arrest of Jesus and his trial and the crucifixion. But we also remember Easter morning. But I want to start off with the very beginning of the week and Palm Sunday. So that's our story this week, the Big Procession. The city of Jerusalem was seething with people. Jews from near and far were arriving for the week-long Passover festival. Just when it seemed that the narrow streets could hold no more, fresh batches of pilgrims surged in. The city was buzzing with the latest story about Jesus. He had actually brought back to life a man who'd been dead and buried for 4 days. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. As soon as news arrived that Jesus was on the way, an excited crowd set off to meet him. Jesus and his disciples had come from as far away as Bethany. Go into the village, Jesus told 2 of his disciples. Bring me the young colt you find tied up near his mother. If anyone asks what you are up to, tell them that the master needs him and will soon send him back. The disciples did as Jesus said, and when the bystanders heard that it was Jesus who wanted the colt, they gladly let him go. When they brought him to Jesus, the disciples spread their coats on the colt's back to make a saddle. The colt was not frightened when Jesus climbed onto his back, even though no one had ever ridden him before. He stepped proudly forward, and the pilgrims who had journeyed with Jesus began to jostle and cheer as they all began the steep climb into the city. I can see that donkey now, raising his head as he proudly walked with Jesus on his back. Long ago, the prophet Zechariah had foretold that one day the true king would come, not galloping on a war horse, but riding a peaceful colt. Jesus was showing all who had eyes to see that he was the king entering into his capital in peace. The crowd from Jerusalem hurried down to join the new arrivals, and the whole huge procession moved again and again, cheering with shouts. Some went ahead and threw down their cloaks to make a royal road for Jesus. Others stripped branches from the trees and threw them on the path. Hosanna! Hosanna! They shouted. Can you shout Hosanna with me? Hosanna! Hosanna! Save us now, God. The long-promised King has come. God bless the one who comes in the name of the Lord. At last, the little colt with the king on his back entered the streets of Jerusalem. Holy Week started with a celebration of Jesus. Let's remember that this week, and remember that little colt carrying Jesus into Jerusalem. And we can all say, Hosanna! See you next week. Bye-bye.